Hi. Yesterday, I met a lovely lady who asked me the question, what is the difference between sharing with me and sharing with a counsellor? And I thought, wow, what a great question. How can I answer that? So firstly, I need to say I'm not a counsellor, and I've got no experience of being counselled either. I do know that counselling and therapy and something like the grief recovery method, they all have at the core emotional well-being, I suppose, being heard, having your feelings validated. So I think that's if you like, a dead set, that has to be the case. So how is the grief recovery method then different from counselling? And I've come up with 3 things that I think are integral to its success. So firstly is that the grief recovery method is a structured 8-week program. So you start obviously on session 1, and it builds up every week. And for you to get the sense of completion that we're after, you need to do all 8. So it's not a dip in and dip out. It's not something that you tend to return to year after year. The aim of doing the grief recovery program is that the insight you gain is so profound, and the emotional tools that you're taught, you shouldn't need to see me again. So that's the first thing. It's structured, it's a loss supporting program, and it's for 8 weeks. There's also something to say about the grief recovery program is it's very proactive from day one. So that's the second thing, that you need to give yourself a lot of time and emotional energy to get the most out of it. So with every session that you come and see me, I then give you assignments which are reflective assignments, and you read the handbook which accompanies the course, which is the grief recovery method handbook, and that means that there's reading every week, there's reflective work every week, and then when you come and see me for the subsequent session, that builds upon what we've learnt before. And it just, I call it the light bulb moments. I don't know, and maybe that's true with counselling too, of course, but I know with the grief recovery method, the light bulb moments are many. Another thing to say about the grief recovery method is right from the start, we start talking about how for so long, intergenerational, we've all got it pretty wrong about grief, about crying, about showing emotions. And we get you to look at things that people have said when you've been grieving, and a lot of them are most people are well-meaning when they get in touch or they pass a comment on when we've lost somebody. But sadly, some of those comments, they kind of aimed at the head rather than the heart. And I'll give you a few examples. So one of the ones that is often said is he or she wouldn't want you to be sad. And that may be true. That may be true. But the thing is that if that person meant a lot to you and you were really close to them, you're going to be naturally extremely sad that they're no longer here. And so when you're sad, does that mean then that you feel kind of guilty because someone's suggested that you shouldn't be sad? I mean, I don't know, but it's something to think about. Other things like, just give it time, or keep yourself busy, that'll do it. Treat yourself, you'll feel better once you treat yourself. And as I say, these things actually, they don't make us feel emotionally better. So there's a lot of things we learn about what we call the myths around grief. And I think they have a massive impact on whether we actually share how we really feel, because quite often we're shut down, and we're often shut down because people don't know how to be with us when we feel sad. They feel awkward, and maybe that awkwardness makes us feel awkward, It's a vicious circle. So we need to break this. And so the grief recovery method takes a big hard look at that. And because of that, it's an educational loss supporting program. If you like, it's unlearning everything you ever learnt about grief and about, you know, being strong. So that's another thing. And then thirdly, which is split, what we get you to do is the opportunity, you get the opportunity to apologise. So you look closely at a relationship, and there's probably good and bad in there, as there is with everybody, because, you know, we're not perfect, and thank God we're not. And so that chance to apologise is wonderful. It's so good. And then the other thing that I think is life-changing, and maybe I've said that a lot, but I just do, is the chance to forgive. And many people, and I've done videos on this before, many people think forgiveness is trivializing someone's behavior, and it isn't. It's letting go. It's letting go of the behavior of another that has offended you, hurt you, where you felt betrayed or cheated or neglected or whatever that feeling is. And when you forgive, you just say to yourself, I'm not having this anymore. It's gone. You can't do the forgiveness, I don't think, without the awareness before. And the awareness comes before in the earlier sessions. So that's why I think it's different to be sharing with me rather than a counsellor. But I don't know, because I am not a counsellor. But I do really honestly believe that those few points I've mentioned are probably very different from anything else. And I know that they work, and they work extremely well. So I just thought I'd share that. Okay, bye.